phone call, and we immediately alerted everyone that the samples are coming.
The excitement of, wearing some kind of protective gear like that, and we all looked like we were going off to Mars or something, because it looks like a space suit.
So literally, like as you would anticipate arrival of a guest, the van has come up to the gate, and then now it is entering the campus. Everybody was almost tracking this motion. Finally, the van arrived at the CTC. There was a security guard who guided them to the CTC, and then all of us were waiting as if some guest is arriving. The samples were offloaded and they were taken to the storage area. So this entire process is etched in our minds because that was the first time we were going to be tested.
I held the first tube of the RNA isolation and did carried out for just 4 tubes. Now we do up to 250 a day.
The facility is raised in a very, very short time.
This is a purely volunteer-based effort.
It's a well-coordinated activity.
When ICER decided to start the CTC and we were asked for volunteering, as a youth of this nation, I felt that this is an opportunity.
My parents still think that the reason why my cell phone is not available for 4 to 5 hours a day is because I'm working in the lab where there is network issue. The thing is, you're not allowed to take your cell phone in the CTC. It's still hidden from them. I'll tell them when everything is over.
The one most worried was my grandfather, and he said that, why do you have to do it? Can you sit back and not do this? And then I had to finally convince him by telling him that, see, do you call back soldiers from the war front? And if you won't allow that, then you shouldn't even tell me to hold back. And I think that convinced him.
As a scientist, whatever I have learnt during my past training,
I cannot waste my expertise and sit at home without contributing what I can understand towards the society.
Every day, many volunteers who are faculty members at University of Pune come to IISER Pune, our CTC. They have also learned the entire protocol from step 1 to the last stage. And that has actually been a very, very useful partnership for us.
Inspiration from our Vice Chancellor that motivated us to come.
One of the samples that we received was a just born baby. And then in the data sheet it was written the age was 5 minutes old or something like that. I mean, otherwise I'm not very emotional person, but somewhat shaken my doctrine.
So it was around, let us say, 9 o'clock or some 9:30. We suddenly get to know that a whole bunch of our samples, they had to be done again. And because of some problem with the RNA extraction or something.
There are always tricky situations where we try our best and we either prove ourselves that we can do it.
And at that time I saw the volunteers in room 4, the one which are supposed to do this, they just stayed back and they told that we are going to do it overnight again. And then so that we'll not have that extra burden of samples for the next day. That really inspired me.
When I'm getting old, somebody asks you what you have done in your life. This would be one of those highlights.
I feel privileged that I'm in a time and space that I can contribute towards the society.
तर सगळं आम्ही म्हणजे नियोजन काम करतो. आम्ही म्हणजे स्वतःची पण काळजी घेतो आणि दुसऱ्याची पण काळजी घेतो.
Starting from that 0.5 stage to where we are now, it's been an amazing journey and it's been extremely rewarding being a part of this team of people who just are very unconditionally giving. There's nothing that they're going to get in return. If anything, they're probably sort of making a lot of sacrifices in terms of how they've had to deal with their families' worries and concerns and so on and so forth. It's just been a very rewarding and a very, very mind-blowing journey.
लोगों को मैं वही बोलूँगा कि ऐसे सिचुएशन में डरना नहीं चाहिए, सबने साथ देना चाहिए, सबका सपोर्ट लेना चाहिए. हम जो सिचुएशन है उसका मुकाबला एक साथ मिलके करेंगे.
हम होंगे कामयाब, हम होंगे कामयाब, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन. ओहो मन में है विश्वास, पूरा है विश्वास, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन.